What's up, everybody? Matt of Trades here. All right, well, I did something pretty cool. I actually made a prop firm interest calculator, how much money you can make using a prop firm, where they take a percentage of what you earn, but I mean they're giving you money to trade, so makes sense. But yeah, basically you just put in whatever amount that you're funded right here, and the calculator does the rest. How much you're making over the course of 12 months. So real quick, so you just put in the percentage, your average rate of return right here, and then this is where you would put how much you get to keep. So if you're trading with a prop firm that gives you or lets you keep 70% of what you make, that's where you would put that right there, 70%. So I guess I'll put in some numbers. It'll be a little bit easier to explain how that works. But let's say you do a tryout, or you pay, or whatever you need to do to work with a prop firm, and you get funded. Let's say $25,000. Seems to be a pretty standard amount there. All right, so let's say you're a decent trader. You average about 10% a month, and your prop firm lets you keep 70% of whatever you make. So after a year, you would have made $32,550. So right here is what your return on investment would be. So 10% of 25,000 is 2,500. And then right here is what you actually get paid from that. So that's the 70%. This is how much you've been paid out as the months go on. That's your total right there. And then, this is also important. So this calculator assumes that you reinvest and trade all the payouts that you receive. Okay. This is the total amount that you make trading the money that you received in the payouts. So that's right here. And then this is the total. And it's kind of cool because a big thing that really helps you see is how much you can make per month as time goes on, which is kind of an important thing to know, especially if you're looking to try to go full time, where you can quit your job. So after a year, you're making almost $3,700. Now let's say you're a pretty freaking good trader. You're making about 20% a month. All you gotta do is just change that there. Boom. And the calculator does the rest. So after a year, you would have made $88,000. And let's say you're still a really good trader, making 20%, but your prop firm lets you keep 90%. Now you've made $113,000. That's just right here. But let's go back. Let's be a little bit more conservative. Let's say you only made 5% every month, which is pretty doable. Pretty consistent. 90%, $17,000 after a year. Let's go back to 70% here. Now let's say again you're a pretty decent trader. You're averaging about 10% every month. But let's say you qualified for $100,000 of funding. Okay, stretch that down. There you go. 10%. You get to keep 70%. Made $130,000 after a year. And again, let's say you're a freaking good trader. 20% a month. See, this is the crazy part. $352,000 after a year, and that's keeping 70%. Well, again, let's say the prop firm lets you keep 90%. Now you've made $450,000. Let's go back to 10%, and you get to keep 90. $167,000. See, it's just crazy. Now I do know that there is a prop firm that I'm looking at that will actually fund you up to $1 million. I guess I can just drag that down, huh? See, I don't know how like plausible this actually is, but almost $1.7 million in a year. It's pretty crazy. Let's go back down to 70% here. $1.3 million. Yeah, I've thought about what it would be like to trade an account with $1 million. I feel like the biggest thing you'd run into is you wouldn't be able to, in a very efficient way, execute your trades to where you can manage your risk to like exactly 1% or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. You probably have to ideally break that up into separate accounts. But anyway, yeah, let's go back to 100,000 just because that's a little more normal, I guess. But yeah, no, it's still crazy. Now, if you want access to this, I am planning on sharing the link. You won't be able to actually use it if you just click on the link, but you'll be able to download it, and then you could use it after you download it once you've brought it up. But something else I want to go into, so I represent a company called Day Trade University, and we have a couple different programs. We are more about teaching people how to day trade, but we are a prop firm in a sense that if you go through our program, you will receive funding to trade. So there's a couple different programs. So there's 4 different programs that you can choose, and depending on whichever one you choose, you are eligible to keep different amounts of whatever you make, and you're eligible to receive up to a certain amount of money depending on which program as well. So just kind of wanted to go through that a little bit. So if you go with our pro funded account, you're able to keep half of what you make, and you're eligible to receive up to $50,000. And again, if you go through the program, you are guaranteed to receive funding to trade. Now it's up to $50,000. It's not likely that you'd start out with that, but you can work your way up to that. But yeah, let's just go through a scenario. Again, let's just stick with 10%. You're a decent trader, or rather, we taught you how to trade in a way that you're able to average about 10%, or both. But you keep 50% of what you make. Let's say you initially get funded about $10,000, and with a pro-funded account, you're eligible to request more funding every 3 months. So do 3 months worth. You're averaging 10%, so we're like, there's no reason why we don't get this guy more money. And let's say they give you $25,000 for the next 3 months, and then after that, they're like, okay, this guy is doing pretty good. Let's give him the full 50. Just pull that down. Whoop. There we go. All right, so not only do you get to learn how to day trade, but we give you money to trade. And this is, plausible scenario. I'm not saying that this is how it's going to be for everyone, but it's a pretty plausible scenario, I think. After a year, you could make up to $28,000. Again, assuming 10%. Let's say you're an all-star, you make 20% monthly. Then you're up to $72,000. Now, let's say you go with the premium, in which you are able to keep up to, well, not up to, you're able to keep 60% of what you make. Same rules as far as how much you can get funded with that program. You just get to keep more of it. So 20%, you're now making $86,000 after a year. And then 10%, $33,000, or almost $34,000. Now the executive and platinum programs are pretty interesting. So with the executive, you get to keep 70% of what you make, but you are eligible to trade up to $100,000. So that's kind of the big thing there. So let's go through another scenario. So let's say you start out with, again, $10,000 And since it's a bigger account, the next jump is 50. And I'm just throwing some numbers out there. I have no idea exactly. It depends on a lot of things, and I'm not the one that makes that decision, but just kind of throwing out some scenarios. Next time they give you 80, and then 100. Okay, now you've made $68,000, only getting 10% per month. All right, well, let's see what it's like at 20%. Now it's $174,000. So you can see how that adds up real quick. All right, now if we're looking at the platinum has an extra perk, which really increases. So you get 80%. We'll just change this back to 10. Okay. But with platinum, you are able to request funds after every month. You don't have to wait every 3. So let's say after the first month they give you 20, then 30. Well, now we'll go up to 50. Okay. Well, now we'll go a little slower. I don't want to over promise anything, so I will say 40, and then 60, then let's say 75. Well, no, let's do 80, and then you're at 100. Okay, now you've made $103,000. Only averaging 10% a month. And again, let's say you're a rock star, you're an all-star, 20%. Now you're at 267,000. Yeah, let's see what it would be like with 15%. 177,000. Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to use this calculator strictly as a prop firm. All you need to do is, or for calculating what you can make with a prop firm, all you'd have to do is just change this your payout to 100. So let's say you have a $10,000 account. You can, and there's lots of calculators that'll. Oops, that needs to be 100, not 10. But there's lots of calculators online that'll calculate this very thing, but I haven't been able to find one that takes into account money that's taken out. And this is a lot more variable too. You can change how much you're doing per month. And again, this assumes that you reinvest everything that you make. But yeah, $10,000 account, 15% a month. Obviously, if it's your own money, you keep all of that except for taxes. Screw taxes. Anyway, yeah, almost $33,000 there. Let's change that to 20. Yeah, it's just kind of a fun tool, just kind of a fun calculator. But yeah, if you're interested in learning how to day trade, and you're kind of liking the idea of doing one of these programs, because not everyone already knows how to day trade and can just jump into a prop firm and get funding, but we'll teach you how to trade. This is actually our platform right here, and if you've watched my live trading videos, you've probably seen something like this. But basically, we teach you how to trade with our proprietary indicators, get personalized coaching, and a whole bunch of other perks. If you're interested in that, let's see. I will have you go to light10.com/Matt of Trades. I'll put that link in there so that if you do want to download this and play around with it, you can go there as well. And what you'll find is you'll pay a $10 fee, which ends up being a donation actually. And you'll get a month of access to, let me bring it up again. Where'd they go? You'll get a month access to the indicators, and then someone like me will actually reach out to you and we'll do a couple Zoom calls and show you some rules of trading and go from there. Well, folks, I hope you liked the video. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're downloading the link, oh, that's another thing I need to go over. So I'm going to leave a link to where you can access this calculator in the description so that you can play around this with this as well. If you do that, you gotta promise me you're gonna leave a like and subscribe. All right, folks, until next time.